How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Oh, so what he meant by that is we'll stand here until she figures it out.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive, I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
Oh,
It was a pleasure,
our uncle.
in hindsight. Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy!
We didn't tell him about the hideaway, did we?
The ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
I don't think we did. Meanwhile, seat of the Imperial Court.
The Dhalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dhalmekians empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing
They're
of
thanking the
crystals go
prince?
with you.
He didn't do anything.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dhalmekians will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dhalmekians to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built.
That's a trash
The
mindset.
Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
What kingdom has Odin? The Odin dominant? I don't remember.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Oh, he's gonna die according to astrology.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Oh, we can't read the active time lore for that. That was Sembrek, right? But they moved?
What's Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The Litlins have been up to their old
It's just one thing after another around here.
They're gonna kill all the Dhalmekians till the peace treaty gets signed. Oh wow, this is all the mom's plan, because it's like, oh, we baited Kupka to go to Rosalith, so then we can go do this. She's manipulating everything.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
Yeah, Gav, listen to him.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then...
Okay.
Had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts.
He's missing his
But
hands.
would that not entail
Who took his Titan
around the
abilities?
Southern Cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
That's a good possibility.
So it
And
was
it
the
probably is what
Waluders who
happened.
spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Anything here? Nope.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear.
I think it's time to the desert we go.
Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. but I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Ooh.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
You're coming with me, Uncle?
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Find Kupka. Well, he's not gonna be here, but I walk through here. The Dhalmekian Republic.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Riddle of the Sands.
Ready, go?
Faster! Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
Did he let me come with you?
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
I guess we'll just head straight towards the center. This place is huge. Pick that up. Lizard.
Who do you think those soldiers
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn.
Shall we join them?
Bar fight.
Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
We look cold with the hoodie on.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Can't get recognized, Uncle Byron. She knows it's us. She's about to snitch to someone.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Why can't we talk to Joshua to plan something together, you know? Why he keeps hiding? She's gonna see us. Or not.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Kupka, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Stupid Uncle Byron.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
Yeah.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
He's gonna eat his food and watch the show.
Diablo, take him.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's you.
For your trouble.
Uncle
Well
Byron's
advised, miss.
nasty.
That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
Why is Joshua running away from us? He never liked the vegetables.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
We didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
And go around the city.
Force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Are you looking for something in particular?
Breath of lightning. Reduces it by 5 seconds? Jeez.
Thank you for your custom.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your home.
I wish there was a bit more that you could do in each city.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
You mean smoothies?
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
It's Fang anytime soon.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Just wondering if there's any chests located here. Assume it's this person, yeah.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
I don't want to check the baths.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
light incense.
Wax candles.
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Silver, do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to
What?
lose it.
Alright. You're just asking questions. Why did they have to jump us like that? Stupid.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in. Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Needed to a silken sock.
Once you go flat.
Like eating a cloud with a crust.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I too have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
Some side quest.
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dhalmekian. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
I don't like this guy.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
Follow the crystals.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dhalmekian.
What is going wrong in Dhalmekian?
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
A deposit? Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dhalmekian seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
A word of advice, traveller. You see pots like this around town, you leave them alone. Unlike where you come from, fresh water's in short supply around these parts. We store what little rainwater we get in these pots for, well,
Good to know, good to know. Destroy those pots because they have water in them.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
You wouldn't believe how much you gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
You can polish a different sword.
I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Dhalmekian and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use.
Probably not.
I'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before? Some out-of-towners picked a fight with the guard, I heard.
She's not gonna like us.
The one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
But what?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Uncle.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit? By the sands. That's a black pearl.
He's
One
just
of the
bribing
many
people all the
treasures in
time.
my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
I want to check what's over here, though. Cactar needles. Why is there no, like, mini game area? You know?
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull this out.
Like,
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
where we can play like a fun chocobo race. Some form of arcade games, whatever the equivalent of that would
Do you
be.
think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Needed to a silken
Juiciest meat
softness.
from Greece. Yes, they're quite sought after.
Not here.
Faster.
Fly, Ambrosia. We'll fight these things, they're in our way.
Easy does it. You deserve a rest.
This one. Ogle, kill.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
I'll take it from here.
Very well. That's a lot of crystals that people could be using.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
And then they're gonna attempt to kill him or something.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Those are the black shields,
Why,
right?
to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle. Just getting warmed up.
This one.
It's over.
Oh, they healed him.
This one.
I didn't even need to pop my limit breaker.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dhalmekian had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive.
I've never heard anyone else with the name Clive.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
I hate this guy.
Of all the... Ugh.
Here, wear this.
It's an emblem that it's a patch that will let us pass through. Yep, a seal. That's like the 5th one in this game.
A friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you.
Of course.
Zubal.
That's how it works everywhere.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Whoa. Whoa.
Omia lostelan. Tuisa Gelith.
Now don't die like what happened in the prologue.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
What reputation? You're a dickhead.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, it's got a side quest for
You
us.
wish to talk? I'm honored. You and I... What?
Do you think this was my own invention? I inherited from her along with her title. Ensuring her name lived on was the least I could do after all she did for me.
Alas.
I swore to follow in her footsteps, that I might change others' lives. So I'm the second Sid and you're the second, whatever her name is, okay.
Still? Farewell now.
Got some side quests we can do here.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would... Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and he wants me to make a carving knife, one that I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lupor's puzzle. We need information.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. I'll talk to every cook I can find.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Ooh.
Ask Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Wow. No shit. A knife that stays sharp. Okay. Write that down.
All those years of toil.
This is a different side quest.
Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source, but I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one.
Okay.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate, The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest. These baths are all that keep me from my livelihood, my...
Check what's wrong with the baths.
Hanging lanterns!
Ah, they've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
We'll make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
Yeah, but...
Hunter.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife?
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't learn anything.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Dhalmekian and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest.
Sounds good.
I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
The water's really nice.
Come on, girlie.
What the hell are those things?
How do I get over there?
By the flames.
That's a lot of them. Didn't even say it was shooting on the screen, did it? Oh, it did. More? Whoa, who are you?
That's better.
it's healing him.
Nice try. Get him.
It's hard to read when they attack. That's why I'm struggling so badly.
I'll not be outdone.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Potion. 13 gil.
This is no good. I was hoping.
So, you learn anything useful, or...?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy, and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark, but that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of... Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light, meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
We'll go over there.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, jumped over. Wow, he got here fast.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at a mineral and if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to dry...
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning, Clive. I hate to ask after all that you've done for me.
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. So,
Limestone.
crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace.
Oops. Photo mode.
This is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots!
There he is.
Bowls and basins!
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment.
I'm glad to hear this.
Yeah.
Tell me this. What did you find at the terraces?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
I found some enemies, some fire dudes who I can shoot fire at, but it doesn't strengthen them because there's no elemental weaknesses in this game.
Story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to work.
Can I get a free bath? That'd be cool.
The scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.
I should get a free bath.
It's just as well I sent you to the terraces in my stead. Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your...
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is...
Fun side quest.
Well, this is no good.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know. You and that merchant boat, she's now. Time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Ta-da!
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dhalmekian. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
You should fire him because he couldn't do it himself and I had to help
Let's
him.
take a look then, shall we?
That's what you should do.
First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dhalmekian?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Ooh.
If it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava: know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable.
Ooh.
But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you.
Kind of failed, though.
I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
Eh,
I couldn't have done it without you.
he passed with like a
So
C
much for the
minus.
Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much its meaning. I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
The test was to ask who you're making the knife for, because it's impossible to make a perfect knife for everyone. I wonder if there's side quests anywhere else in the world. Doesn't look like it.
The finest fabrics!
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
made from the stoutest stoneware.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Oh, it's blocked. Okay, we'll go this way then.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Are we gonna actually... I know our goal is not to destroy the Mother Crystal, but we're here, you know?
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the Vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms.
Combine his thought process and Sid's thought process.
I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Showtime, boys. The jaw? Oh. Ooh, we have a new thing on the hunt board real quick. Let's go to the hideaway real quick. Before we do a big mission, you know. Kind of struggling in my fights a bit more and more each day.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
This one's easier than the previous one. Velcroid Desert, Dhalmekian. Oh, nothing here. Nothing here. Did it say where in the desert? It didn't show a picture, so... black boulder. Gonna try this out. Guess we'll ride just along the edge here. A black boulder. This whole thing's the Velcro Desert, right? Just gonna grab this. They're following us. I assume they'll just like stop me in on my chocobo and like we'll fight, you know? Is that it? A flying bird there? Oh, found it. A turtle. Oh, the turtle shoots water. I should have heat wave, but you can't swap anymore.
Well, Clive, looks like you're gonna need an even bigger sword.
Oh, mistimed.
This one.
Okay.
There's a good boy. Help me, boy. Too slow.
I should have equipped the other thing. What? He canceled it. Because I can't even hit him from above. We don't have the right setup for this. Oh. Woo. I'm bad at dodging today.
Too slow.
Our setup's all wrong, that's why. Like we're hitting its shell there. We're actually not hurting it. Oh, what? We missed? There we go. Oof. That was rough. Because there's only you can only hit the head. So my combo of my air attack
It should have stayed in its shell.
does not work well there. I should have swapped to gouge. And then changed this to the single attack. Let's get some potions real quick.
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
The most fragrant herbs and spices. Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here.
Plates and pots. Bowls and basins.
Bowls and bisons.
Well, we can make our way back to the...
Anything I can interest you in? An excellent choice. My thanks.
That's everything. All right. Let's do this. Drake's Fang.